everybody, it's Chloe Dewar, Save the Victor. Well, how's everybody doing today? Amazing, I hope. Today we are going to be starting a new series on my channel, Discovering. And today is Discovering Creature Cosmetics. I've got on loan 30 palettes for me to try out. This is a new brand for me. And if you'd like to see the palettes that I'm using, the looks that I'm creating, and to learn a little bit about Creature Cosmetics Lab, you're in the right place. And you know what you need to do? You need to keep on watching. All right, let's discover Creature Cosmetics Lab. So, if you go to their website, it starts with the welcome to the cult. And we're all members of the cult of makeup, are we not? Alrighty, so Creature Cosmetics LLC is an Atlanta-based cosmetics company with a special focus on horror films and macabre aesthetics. They create everyday makeup products inspired by your favorite horror films. And some of them included Reanimator, Evil Dead, now Evil Dead 2 as well, Sleepaway Camp, Trick or Treat, and some other fun palettes. 3 that we will see in this video. So, let's see here. What is their mission statement? So the mission statement is for the creature in all of us. Our mission since day one has been to empower and inspire. Our products are created with diversity in mind, and we pride ourselves in our dedication to equality. Because of all creatures are cremated equally. Stay spooky. Excellent. Yes, we will always stay spooky. So let's go a little bit to the folks behind the brand. So the founder is Joey von Frankenstein. Joey is a special effects makeup artist with over 6 years of experience. She started the company as a way to make some money when productions were shut down. Go COVID, right? Am I right? And has since put her special effects to the side to run Creature full time. That's nice when that happens, when you start a project and it can just move right ahead. Their favorite movies are Frankenhooker, Halloween 3, Terrifier 2, Return of the Living Dead, and Evil Dead 2. Also part of this is the co-founder, which is Tyler Follett. And Tyler is a graphic designer and a former touring musician with a love for horror and all things spooky. He helped start Creature while also working a full-time job, but has since made Creature a full-time commitment. And Tyler's favorite movies are The Shining, Army of Darkness, ooh, I like that one too, Terrifier 2, A Clockwork Orange, and Chopping Mall. Oh my gosh, Chopping Mall, I just recently watched this. I used to have Shudder, which I've since given up because there wasn't a lot new on there, but I did have a fun time watching Chopping Mall, which I hadn't seen since I was younger. And let's see, are there any other claims to fame? All right, they say that they have the longest wear lipstick that money can buy. It says their matte liquid lipstick formula is especially designed for long-lasting wear. It says they've clocked in the longest time without smudging or smearing for at least 3 whole days. Not that I would want to wear makeup for 3 whole days, but if you're going to I don't know, like something like Coachella or something, and you just want to keep dancing and dancing and dancing, you never know. And it says, don't believe us, try it yourself, you won't regret it. So maybe when I'm off my no-buy, that's something that I'm going to do. What I do love is they're 100% cruelty-free and vegan, which is fantastic to me. That's what I like best with my makeup. And then they also say that they are super pigmented. It says their eyeshadows are tried and true. And there it says, you're not going to find brutally vibrant pigments like this anywhere else. And it says, if you want to test that, just try our reds. We're going to take you up on that challenge in look number 3. And they just wanted to let you know that they love dogs and to carry on. So there we go. There is a little bit about a Creature Cosmetics. And yeah, sound really good. I will, of course, have shown some pictures from the folks that I'm talking about, and possibly some of the photos of some of the palettes. So if you want to see what palettes we're using and how they work, just keep watching. We're on to look 1. Okay, so the first palette that we're starting with, I think I'm going to do the 3 palettes in the order that I like them best. They're all great color stories, but you'll see why I picked the last one that I picked last. But we're first going to start with the Rest in Peace palette. This is from, of course, Creature Cosmetics, because that's the brand we are discovering today. Thank you again to a makeup enabler that is lending me some palettes that I can play with while I'm on a no-buy. That really does help a gal keep on the straight and narrow. So this is the cute little palette here. So of course it's shaped like a hearse with the Rest in Peace. This is a volume... No, it's volume 2. There we go. Just that interesting kind of gothic-y script we got there. And then you open her up, and then you've got the Flesh to Bone, Street to Rust. So there's this little mirror, and then the writing there. And then this is the cute little color story here. So they're like little coffins, and it's basically a purple and a green color story. And what's really nice is we have a black and a white as well. So this is a brand that I've been really interested in. And of course, if you watched the beginning, you will have got a little info on the brand and what they're known for and what kind of palettes they do. So the first thing, of course, we're going to do is go and prime our eyes before playing with this beautiful palette. And there we go. So yeah, so this is a brand that I've definitely been eyeing for quite a while. And then I was very excited when my friend Martha, you hear that name a lot. She's huge also into horror movies. I really like horror movies as well. Not the like slasher type horror movies, like, you know, or things like Saw, you know, were just violent, I guess. I like more things like, I like all the Omen movies. I like Evil Dead, kind of campy ones like Sleepaway Camp, things like that. I'm really a big fan of Chucky. So yeah, the more, I guess, tongue-in-cheek horror with some humor to it, I think is a little bit more my speed. So anyways, when she was saying that she had picked up some of these palettes, I was quite excited to try them out. She had asked me before I had borrowed the other ones if I wanted to use them, but at the time I just wanted her to have a chance to kind of play with them first. And yeah, and then when the offer came up again, this time I was like, yeah, let's do it. So there we go. So we are primed, and then let's do a look. And of course we're going to be doing a purple and green look because that is what the palette is showing there. So I think I'm going to do purple on the outer edge and then green more closer to the front because this one green is way kind of brighter than this purple. So I think that's what we're going to do. So I'm going to take one of these little brushes and then I'm going to dip in. They do have names. So let's just quickly go over the names. So the black, of course, is Death. The darkest purple is called Cemetery. And then the next one is called Mausoleum. So Death, Cemetery, Mausoleum. This one is Crypt. And it looks like all the purples seem to be mattes. The black seems to have a little bit of sparkle. Then going into green, we have, it says Hallowed. So that's a sparkly green. Then we have, what is that? Redempsy? Redempsy? That's a strange word. Anyways, that's that matte green. We've got Morgue, which is a lighter shimmery green, and the white is called Life. So there we go. So we are going to be starting with the shade Cemetery, and I'm going to start with that one first. I may add some black, but it does have some shimmer in it, so I might just stick with the purples and the green. I can maybe do a matte in the inner corner. But let's see what we've got here. Oh, there we go. I'm just using this little brush. We've got some nice pigment going on here. This is a very beautiful purple. Of course, I do like a vegan and cruelty-free brand. So I just pat on some color to start. This is the eye that always has a little bit of problem because it has this kind of scars and some wrinkles there that sometimes don't like to take a little bit of color. So you can see it went on a little bit better on this eye, but we're just starting just to pat on some color to see what we think of this quality. And I haven't quite decided. I think I might leave a more super dramatic. I think I want to try to do something kind of a little bit more crazy with the third palette. But then that second palette is a bigger palette that I'm going to do, so I may contemplate doing 2 looks. So this is either going to be a 3 look or a 4 look video, because we're doing kind of like, I'm getting ready to work on my deep dive on my favorite brands. But I think now when I have access to trying some new brands, I think I should try right away and do a deep dive into, kind of what they're known for, about the people that created the makeup, and then playing with the makeup itself. So now I've placed some color there. So this is looking really nice. I am going to, though, take a fluffy brush and then we're just going to blend a little bit. All 3 palettes have great color stories. They're all color stories that I really like and are colors that I lean towards. So Martha did a great job in the 3 that she's picked. She's also ordered the new Evil Dead, so I'm quite excited to see that when it comes in. But there we go. Yeah, I'm just gonna go into Mausoleum there and just do a little bit and then add, gosh, I tell you, and then Crypt. So let's use all the purples and then we will use the brighter green and then maybe the shimmery green as well. So again, because I'm using kind of a dense brush, I get a teeny bit of kick up, but it picked up super duper easy. Like there's nothing left in the pan. Oh, that's a nice shade. So you can see the nice gradation with the purples. So I think this is a small but mighty. So you can do a black and white eye look, you can do a purple eye look, you can do a green eye look, you can do a mix thereof, black and white and purple, green, black and white, green and purple. That's really good. I think for a little palette, I think they did a good set of color combos that really work together. So you don't always have to have so what is this? 36, so 8 shades. This is a really well done color story for 8 shades. So you can definitely get a good chunk of looks out of here without having a huge palette. Now the pans in here are a little bit small, but again, how often does one finish a palette? So, and they look like they're deeper but smaller in width. So there we go. And then let's take that last purple shade, which was Crypt. And then let's see what that does. Just a little bit. Oh, that's a really pretty shade too. So you can definitely see gradations between the 3 purples. So that's really good. There's nothing really reading that it's too close to being the same. And there we go. So it's really, like I said, we'll have to do a little tweaking, but I just wanted to kind of play with all the colors and lay them down a little bit and then see where we're going to go from there. And then now we're going to go into that the brightest green shade. And again, that one was the one with the weird name. Keep wanting to say redundancy, but it's like redundancy. I don't. But there we are. So this is this beautiful light green shade. So let's pop that into our inner corner, or the inner part of our eye. So it's just like a purple eye with a touch of green. I suppose I could have just used green on the bottom lash line too. I may still do that to get even more green in there. This is a really pretty green. All right, so now I'm going to, see how this is nice and smooth and that isn't? I'm gonna try and even that out a little bit. So I'm gonna go back into our darkest purple. So, maybe what we can do is take a little bit of the white, so life, and then we can do that under our brow bone a little bit. There we go. For a white, that's showing up a little bit there. All right. Then for the bottom lash line, I think I'm just going to go straight with the green. Yeah, see, that's a super beautiful green. I like that. Okay, so I'm going to intensify the purples. Get my little purple brush here. We're just going to go into the 3 purples, and again, just touch down a little bit on each one. Okay. And then we're going to go one more time into the green, and then we're going to play with a little bit of a shimmer. All right, so there we go. And then a shimmer, and I remember to bring a spray this time. So I think I'm gonna go, so we've got the 2 shimmer greens. The darkest one again was Hallowed, and then Morgue was the lighter one, and I think we're gonna go with that lighter shimmer. So I'm just gonna go and grab a more flat of a brush. We're gonna go dip into there. Actually, I quite like the shape of the little caskets, and brushing down goes really good with the smaller brushes. So that's the shade there. That's looking really nice. A little spray. And then there another look. See how pretty that is. And then let's see. Like so. And then I'm going to take a little bit more for the other eye. Goes on pretty nicely with a brush, so you don't need to use your fingers with this the way it looks. So that is cool. So and there we go. Now this looks pretty nice, right? And then I think finally we're going to take a little bit of the white, and then I am going to put that in our inner corner. Do a white matte inner corner. Okay, so I'm just going to go and finish my face, and then we can come back and quickly chat about this palette before going on to the next one. So hold on. Okay, we're back. Here is our final look. There we go. There's my cat, if you can hear her. And there we go. I think this turned out really pretty. This is a cute little palette. This is, again, Rest in Peace from Creature Cosmetics, and our first look done. So on to the next palette. Okay, so now we're on to the second palette. The second palette that we will be playing with today is from Tales from Trick or Treat. So this is a licensed product. And yeah, it's the Shades of Samhain 17 shade eyeshadow palette. And it comes in this little box here. I got little pictures there. And then it is this little house. Look how cute that is. And then of course, a little bit with the ingredients on the back. And then you open her up. Take the little plastic bit out so you don't blind yourself. This one doesn't have a mirror. This time I was smart enough to remember to bring a mirror. I just forgot I had it in the drawer. But this is the color story here. So again, we're not going to do the purples and the greens because we did that with the last palette. I think at the end, maybe I'll do a quick look to see if anything duplicates. And I think it does in Spectrum, but I don't think the colors are quite the same. This one actually reads a little bit darker in person than it's showing under the light here. And then you've got some purples and then some pinks. And like I said, I was originally thinking of doing 2 looks, but I don't think I have enough time this week with other things. So I think I'm going to play with the top here today. So these... So Trick or Treat, I don't think it's one of the horror movies that I've watched, but so I don't know if the color stories go with it, but this neutral shade here is called Burlap. We have School Bus, Sam, Flaming Pumpkin, Lollipop, Ancient Tradition, Holly Ho, Charlie and Werewolves. And then over here we have Bloody Sheets, Little Red, The Rules. Oh, I wouldn't mind using the red ones. This is Rhonda, Mr. Is it Krieg? So that's Mr. Krieg, Rock Quarry, Massacre, and then this one is called Man in Black. So there we go. So I'm going to assume all those have to deal with characters and situations in the show. So they did say test our reds, but spoiler alert, there is a red in the last palette. So I think I'm going to save it for that. And I'm going to play with the oranges, yellows. Yes. Now, when I was looking at it, I'm normally not a glitter person, so I think I'm gonna, I can use a spray here. But I put this one called Charlie on my arm and it didn't fall out and it stuck really well and it looked really, really pretty. So I think we want to try that today. So let's play with a glitter. So that should be fun. So now we're gonna quickly, again, as always, prime our eyes and do this second look. So I just want to mention it while I'm remembering. So with the first palette, so the Hearst Volume 2 palette, the shimmer that I used was amazing. When I went to take my makeup off last night, it was just as I put it. There was no cracking or splitting or fading. It was super beautiful and vibrant. So I have to really say that their shimmer formula is amazing. The mattes look just as I put them on as well, but shimmers, like I said, I've had in the past where some of them will do great, say 4 or 5 hours, and then they sort of split and I have to tap them out. Some will only do a couple hours and some will do all kind of all day. And I think I wore the makeup so pretty good to 8 or 8.5 hours. So yeah, the shimmers stayed on absolutely beautifully. So if you were wondering about the shimmer formula and if it breaks up, like I said, I'm one of those people where occasionally some shadows break up. Like I have that with the Beauty Bay. The newer ones seem to be better, but some of the original Beauty Bay palettes that I had with shimmers in there, I had that problem. And I think Angelica Nyquist had that problem as well. But other people say they don't have that problem. But with this, I did not whatsoever. So that was pretty exciting. So I think what I'm going to do is I think I'm going to work inside out, and then I'm going to start with that yellow shade, the lightest yellow shade in the inner corner and kind of all over a little bit, and that's the one that's called School Bus. So we're going to go with that one there. I'm just going to take this little flat brush here. It's just a Morphe one that I got kicking around. And then let's put that on the inside. Do what I used to do. I used to always do lightest first and then all the way to dark. And then now the last little while I've been, unless I'm doing an overall lid shade and then adding to it, I've been doing darkest first. So I thought I just want to play with this yellow a little bit and then just kind of, because part of it's going to get that shimmer or that glitter over top. But I do like yellows. And then this is a light brighter one. The next one that's called Sam is more of a mustardy yellow, which I always love me a good mustard yellow. So I thought, let's just play with some of the lighter colors first and see what we get. I think it's been a little while since I've done more than one look. I think my P. Louise the green palette, I think I did I do a two? I think I did a 2 look. So this is gonna be the first 3 look video I've done in a little while. So there we go. I've placed that color, so that's pretty nice for a yellow. I'm excited to see how the glitter does on the actual eye, because it did last and look really great on my hand or arm or where I swatched. I think it was like here, and it looked so good. So there we go. Yeah, just a little bit of color on the inside there. Now we're going to go into the shade called Sam, and that's kind of that mustardy yellow shade, which is that one right there. So let's go into that. Oh, my cat is coughing in the background there. You okay, baby? There we go. Yeah, so this is definitely more of a, well, mustard to orange. I think I have a dress that is in this color. Oh always like trying new brands. It's always a lot of fun. Give me some more that I'm going to be sad to give back, but they're not mine. I'm just happy to be able to play with them. Again, there's only so much eyeshadow you can go through anyways. There we go. So we go the light into the mustard. I think that's, like I said, that's going to be a good for the glittery shade. So the other orange so the next orange that's in here that's called Flaming Pumpkin is a shimmer, so we're not going to use that. So I think I'm just going to add a little bit of Lollipop, which is that brighter orange. Just bring that a little bit more over. And yeah, so let's go into a Lollipop. And then the mattes have embossings in them, little shapes, which are really cute. Ooh, that's a nice bright orange. I'm going to save I want to do a really nice winged out look with that last palette. Plus I have to do a couple errands today because I'm going into the office tomorrow. Normally I don't go in on Fridays. I mean, occasionally I do, but I'm having my best friend stay for the weekend, and then it was just easier for her to meet me at my office and then get driven to my house, then have her come from work to meet me in at the SkyTrain and then drive to Maple Ridge. So I thought it'd just be easier for us to do it that way. Yeah, this one doesn't have as much kick up until I use this brush, but other than that, there wasn't really any kick up in the pan. I've decided I do want to wing this out a bit, and I'm going to start it with the orange. Then I might put a darker color over top, so that way we can use yet another color in the palette here. But yeah, see? Really nice orange color. Yeah. And now let's do that with the other side. Let's just pick up a little bit of this kick up that I made in the pan. And there we go. So we've got our base of color there, so that way I can use for the glitter. So for the bottom lash line, let's do a darker lash line, and then I'm gonna go just so I can use some more colors. So we've got these two, okay, well that one's kind of a shimmer. So let's just take the shade Werewolves on the bottom here, and we're just gonna run that along the bottom. If we hate it, we can always put orange back on. There we go, just a neutral under eye for now. Now, should I get let's try with a spray, and then if it doesn't work, I'll go grab my glitter glue, but I want to use that shade called Charlie, which is the glitter. Well, let's see if it first sticks onto the brush. That might be the, oh yeah, there we go. So it's this beautiful orange shade here. Let's try it with a spray. I know glitter glue is better, but I remembered spray, but I didn't remember the glitter glue. So let's see. I mean, it's going on pretty good, but I bet you a glitter glue would look better. So let's do a comparison. Let's finish putting some of the glitter on this eye, and then I'm gonna go get my glitter glue, and then let's try on the other eye. I got the one from Lit Cosmetics. All right, oh, that is pretty, isn't it though? Okay, let's try a little bit with our finger. And then am I dropping it everywhere? No. Well, that's great. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? Okay, let me go get my glitter glue and we'll be right. All right, glitter glue acquired. So let's do that. And then let's just drop a little bit out here. So, and then I'm going to use my finger first. It goes on pretty good with that. And then let's try with the brush. Finger definitely went better with that on that side. Like I said, I'm generally not a glitter person. I do have some I do like the Juvia's Place quality. I have one or two of their glitters and it's pretty good. So, and I've tried, I think it's the ones that are kind of like in a gel, suspended in a gel. I think those are the ones I've not liked. And if they've been kind of more big glitter flakes, I've not liked them so much. But this is doing really nicely. I guess I'll let you know in the next video if I end up with a whole face of glitter. But that's really pretty. I think I do need some black liner though. I think I'm going to do that. But there we go. So what do you think? Very shiny, hey? Okay, so I think the last step is I'm going to just stick a little bit. I'm going to take that color Lollipop, the orange. I'm going to use the pokey brush. And I'm going to go along like this. I'm going to do like a line. Like across. Like so. Yeah, I think that's a little bit more cohesive that way than having the light yellow. I'm going to do the same on this side. Yeah, I like that better. This feels a little bit more cohesive to me. Okay, so let me go and do the rest of my face and possibly use a liner and then see how the finished look is. And here we go. So a little Puffin by Christian Odette. Finished my base. I decided it needed a little darkness, so I did some black liner. Used the world's worst liquid liner. Don't get the kimchi eyeliner. It's not good. No bueno. But anyways, I do like the glitter, shockingly enough. And so far when I was doing stuff, no glitter particles so far. We'll see how it is but after wearing it for some hours. But while I was doing my base and then doing the eyes, it turned out good and no glitter everywhere. So that is our second palette for Creature Cosmetics Lab in our Discovering a New Brand series. And yeah, let's take a look one more time at this color story. It's very, very pretty. Like I said, had I not used greens and purples in the other look, I would have definitely tried those. But yeah, this is a cute little palette. Like I said, I was surprised. I really liked the glitter. And yeah, so far so good. So are you ready for the third, the final, and the palette that I think might be the cutest of the three? Okay, so we're on to the third look, third palette, and the best one color story that I like, and this is Attack of the Killer Shark. So there we go. So our third look from Creature Cosmetics Lab. So here is the packaging here, and then you take out this little palette. Try and get out this little palette. There we go, which is shaped like a shark, like that, and then you've got the other side here with a mirror, and then you've got this gorgeous color story here. So basically looking at blues, reds, a shimmery white, and then kind of like a blue green. Yeah, so I'm really excited to this. I think this is my favorite color story. And we're gonna try and be a little bold today because I had a girl weekend with my best friend, and I just had this one last video to film, and after I dropped her off for her to go home, I decided to come home and film a look because it's still the afternoon, it's Sunday, and then I thought it would be so much fun to play with this palette. I've been really enjoying playing with the Creature Cosmetics Labs and liking trying a new brand. It's always so exciting. I'll got another new brand that hopefully I will be able to play with again soon. Brand actually sent me some makeup. I'm so excited. Wait till you see the brand and what I got. So exciting. So I've decided to put on a little bit of my tape because I think we want to make a nice sharp edge, and then put on, of course I left a mirror. Luckily this palette comes with one, and let's use that. So we're going to use just our, of course, our P. Louise base here, and then let's actually bring it right up. Let's play with some color today. I was going to be smart and look up maybe a couple looks for inspiration, but when we left there was an accident. I do hope everybody is okay. There didn't look much left to the one car that they were still pulling away, so I really hope everybody is okay. So that kind of took a little bit more time from my afternoon, and I need some time still to do some chores, so I didn't look up any looks. But I think I have an idea in mind, and hopefully I can make it work. So one of the things that they said, and I mentioned that earlier on, that they're known for their reds, and if you want to really put their makeup to the paces, to play with the red. So we have four red shades here. So it looks like there's two mattes. There's one here that's a traditional shimmer, and then this looks to be a glitter. And I really enjoyed that orange glitter, so I think we will probably play with that. But to start, I think what I was going to do, because we want to really test out the reds, that I'm going to do blue along the top here and out, and then we're going to do red in here, I think is what I'm thinking I want to do. How that will turn out, I guess we'll have to wait and see. All right, so again, we said we were going to start with the blue, so let me just make sure there's no color on here. Nope, that's great. So I'm going to just take this little brush to start. They do have names on them. Let's, so we will start. So the blues come in this one here, which is Smile You S.O.B., which is a matte. There is this light matte, I think it's called Quint. And then we've got this shimmer called the Shark. So I think, and then we also, if we want to do a little darker, we've got Bigger Boat. I guess they needed a bigger boat. So I think we're going to start with Smile You S.O.B., and we're going to use that starting on the outer edge, I think, and then we're just going to kind of bring it up. I think that's what I want to do, but let's see. All right, so let's just start by, might be easier to look here actually, start by doing the nice line, because we wanted to bring it pretty far out, I think. Now I know I see some people, they do it where it's just like this, almost like stripes out, but I don't know if that is something I'm 100% comfortable with. So I think we're just gonna go and do a great big wing there. So I'm just gonna draw it out to start. This is a very stiff, sharp brush, and I thought that would be good. So it's not going to be really good for kind of showing how intense the color is, but it's definitely good to kind of start our lines that we want to do there. And then I'll use a fluffier brush to color it in, so that way we have a better look. Yes. Yes. Okay. And then I'm going to, because like I said, we wanted to do kind of up this way, I think, and then just into the crease before we do the red. So why don't I now then go, so that way we have a bit of a shape that we want. Because we do want to go a little bit bigger than normal. Let's have some fun with this palette, since this is the one that I was so excited to play with. Because originally I was just going to borrow one palette, and then I thought this Color Story was the one I liked best. And she's like, just take all three and then use the ones you want. And then I decided, why don't we, since this is a new brand, start our Discover series and play. So there we go. That is a very pretty blue though. Like I said, this brush is pretty hard and dense, but it's good for definitely laying out what you want to do. So then I'm going to take another brush that is also a small one. I really like these. I wish I had bought a whole whack of these really little ones. I didn't know how much I would like them until kind of it was too late. So now we can really see what this color is like, I think. There you go, using one that's a little bit softer. You can see how nice that color is going on there. Still might take, just later on, clean that up and make it a little bit sharper, but the tape can only help me so far. Okay, so now I kind of laid out where I want the blue. I really do like this shade. Yeah, I think this is definitely the palette of the three that I really like. My kind of color story. Yeah, so then I'm going to take a little bit of the lighter blue. Gosh, words are hard today. What was this one again? I think it was called Clint. So that was that one there. And then I'm kind of going to blend along the top there and add a little color. And we will intensify it a bit as well. I just, like I said, wanted to kind of place out where I thought everything was going to go. Oh, this is a pretty shade too. Look at that nice blue. Light blue. This is kind of like for when it comes to decorating in the home. So if I ever get to repainting my place, this is my favorite blue. Yeah, that's super nice. How nice is that, hey? Really like that. That's nice. I think that white shade will be nice up around the top of the brow bone there. Okay. Okay, that side I did a little bit higher than that side, so let's match her up. Yeah, that looks pretty even, don't you think? I think I did a good job this time getting things a bit even. All right, so then I'm going to one more go right there. I think I'm going to then intensify that blue again. So again, Smile You SOB, which is that one again. And then we're gonna go in and intensify. And then we might do the white on the brow bone, and then we're gonna go start looking at our reds. Could also maybe see, well, maybe I should swatch it first and see if we want to put, or maybe that might look nice underneath. I was gonna say, try a little bit of that kind of like blue green, but then I'm liking how bright this blue is, so I don't want to wreck anything. That shade there. Yeah, maybe I might do some of that on the bottom. Maybe we'll see. All right, so I think we can take that off. Off. Oh, I like that. Just a little smooshy bits that I always get at the end there that I always manage to. I did on that side. Okay, there we go. So I think that looks nice. And I am wearing blue technically under my orange. So maybe just a teeny bit more intensity here. Well, why don't we play with the red and then I can decide about that other green. That blue shimmer is really, really pretty too. If I was gonna do an all blue look, that would be super nice. Or is there like a matte with a shimmer in there? Put my glasses on so I can see better because it's not super, yes, it just has a light shimmer to it. So probably, yeah, I can see it a bit here better. I think probably on a base you'd probably see it a bit more, but that's super pretty too. I'd like to be able to work that in somehow. Maybe we can. Let's put a little bit of this shade more in the, some more in the crease here. Okay, nice. Alrighty, so now it's time for some red. We're going to test out what they say about their reds. So I used a little bit of red from one of their other palettes, so then I can use the same brush again. I will just take that red off though. And then we had again the, oh yes, Chum, which is the glitter. Then there is Going Fishing. And then there's this other darker matte here, which is Bloody Tide. So I think let's do Bloody Tide on to our lid there. We're probably gonna put glitter on top of it, but let's do it. This one is the one that's had the least amount of kickback so far with this formulation here of the blues and the reds. So let's see here. Oh yeah, look at that. It is a beautiful red. There we go, some more Bloody Tide. Yeah, this is a beautiful red. Wow, look at that. I think I grabbed a little bit more this time because I think since this is the first time it's been used, I think once you kind of swirl around them a little bit, not that there's like an overspray, but kind of break through a little bit, then you can see how much even more intenser this red went on. Get rid of that blue down there. Yeah, I think I might try, because I don't want to look like I have red, you know, like a pink eye with putting red underneath. So I'm wondering if I should do that. Darker blue there. Okay, ooh, I really like that. That is a beautiful red. Wow, it's not patchy, nothing goes on, so beautiful. Alrighty, so I think on the brow bone, we're gonna try a little bit of that white shade, which was again called, what was it called? Oh, dun dun, dun dun, dun 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 dun. Anyways. That's nice. Add the brightness there. There we go. I'm trying to use as many colors as we can. So just to show them, here's that shimmery red. It's kind of a, I don't want to call it, like a kind of burnt kind of shade. And then the other red, their matte red that we didn't use. Oh, that's really pretty. Almost has a bit of a raspberry on there. That's super nice. Okay, so I think on the bottom we want to try and put on some of that that shade there. What was that one called again? Memory. This is Bigger Boat. Yes. So that maybe have the green blue to be kind of like deeper in the ocean on our waterline before we play with some glitter. Okay, there we go. Might as well use all the color, or as many colors as we can, right? Okay, now if we wanted to do a matte inner corner, maybe what I can do is take the other red that we've not used yet and see what that looks like in the inner corner. And then add a little bit of the white on top of that. There we go, because I would have used that one, but it's a little bit not in the color story that I'm playing with here. Okay, so now we want to play with the glitter. So last time the glitter glue did okay and non-glitter glue did okay. So with the other one, so I'm going to do the same thing. Let's start with using just a spray and see what that looks like. And Yeah, let's just pop it onto the lid because we did show how really nice that red is. I'm gonna take this nice flat brush. We're gonna dip it into the shimmer. Chum. Okay, this one's a little, I might have to really kind of, there we go. Yeah, this one you need to kind of swirl a little bit to get some on the brush. Like so. And then let's spray it so we don't have too much dropping off. But the orange that I used the last time didn't go anywhere, which was really awesome. How beautiful it went on just using a spray. Grab a little bit more. Okay, I am gonna go grab the glitter glue that I forgot, and then we're gonna try that on that side. Okay, glitter glue. So let me open that up. There we go, glitter glued. And then let's go back into Chum. Yeah, this glitter definitely goes on either way, just basically the same. But if you don't have a glitter glue on you, using a spray works just as nice. This really dark blood red glitter. And then I'm going to take some on my finger. And there we go. So, clean my finger off from all the glitter. Don't want that everywhere. All right, so there we go. I'm going to I'm gonna go and just clean up around the edges a little bit, then put on my base, and then we can come back and we'll see if there's anything else I want to touch. And here we go, final look. We got our base on. I just put on a little Pat McGrath, kind of like a colored lip balm. And I thought what this look really needed was lashes. So I popped the lashes on. I cleaned under the under eye because I had brought it down a little bit farther than I wanted. And then at the last minute, as I was putting on my Give Me Glow highlighter, I decided that I didn't want it to be super red. So I cleaned up most of the red till it was just a little bit of pink, and then I added a little bit of the white highlighter on top. And I think with that and the lashes, that totally like made this look. I think it's great. I'm really happy with it. And that was us. Let me put our little plastic back in. Was playing with Shark Attack by Creature Cosmetics Lab in our Discovering New Brand series. So yeah, this is definitely the look I like best out of the three, and the palette that I like the best. So I did like the other two looks, and like I said, with the first look, that green shimmer lasted like all day. It was beautiful. The makeup, the whole eye look looked as good at the beginning of the day as it did at the end of the day, and it was the same with the orange look in the second look. So hopefully this will follow suit. So as a reminder, the first palette was the Rest in Peace palette, and let's take one more look at that color story. That was our little hearse. And then this was the green and purple story with a black and a white in the palette. Don't we love that? And then for the second look, it was the Tales from Trick or Treat. And this was the biggest palette out of the three. And this is the one where we played with the oranges because I really liked that orange glitter. And we had already played with purples and greens, or I would definitely have tried those. And I knew the last palette had red, so I was going to test the reds on that. So it was nice to play with the colors on top here. I had thought about doing another look, but then I would have never got this video up in any reasonable time frame. And then of course the one we just finished, we will look one more time, and that again of course is Shark Attack, and that was in this beautiful shark palette there with the mirror on one side and then this gorgeous color story on the other. And yes, these reds are amazing, so they do not lie. So that is my three looks, three palettes, discovering Creature Cosmetics Lab, the brand that likes the horror and cosplay aesthetic. So if you liked this video, if you want to see more in the Discovering Brands series, please give us a like, comment, subscribe, maybe even hit that notification bell and make a comment and let me know. And which look was your favorite? 1, 2, or 3? Or none. We all have different tastes. You might be a neutral gal or guy. So that's it from me. So as always, behave, make good choices, and we will talk to you soon. Okay, bye-bye.